Welcome everyone to this week's video. Today we are on Fish Friday number 191 and we have a good one for you today. However, it is a short one today. But I saw this fish and I was like, I have to talk about it. Sorry, it's kind of two short Fish Fridays in a row, but this fish just blew my mind. Sorry. We're not here for long videos, we're here to learn about some cool fish out there. Today's fish that we're going to be talking about is bam, the stout infantfish. Now the stout infantfish, or scientific name Schindleria brevipinguis. Again, that's Schindleria brevipinguis. It is part of the family Gobiidae. Now it used to be in the family Schindleriidae, but it got moved in recent years to Gobiidae, which is the goby family. And we've talked about the goby family prior. You know, a lot of people have heard about goby fish and things like that. Well, this fish is kind of like mini gobies that you see. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Now, this fish is native to the coral reefs in Northeast Australia seas, very common in the Great Barrier Reef. And it's found at depths of 15 to 30 meters, which is 50 to 100 feet. Now, something that's interesting in basically an entire video that is just one huge interesting fact, at least for me, is the first specimen was collected in 1979, but the species was never formally described until 2004. And I think a huge reason for that is because of the reason why this fish is just mind-blowing to me. Now, you look at this fish and you're like, okay, maybe a cave fish, you know, something that just super deep, dark ocean, which is not. Remember, 15 to 30 meters, 50 to 100 feet. It's fairly shallow water in these coral reefs. The reason why I think it took so long to describe is this. It is one of the smallest fish in the world. In terms of weight, it's not even close. In terms of length, there's only like one fish that beats it. And even that's debatable. And then there's a frog that's like a little bit shorter, not as long. But this is a full-size specimen. This is like fully a matured adult. Like, this is it. It's so small. So the species, the stout infantfish, the males of the stout infantfish have an average standard length of 7.7 millimeters, which is 1/3 of an inch. A female was found to be 8.4 millimeters, which is 0.33 inches. The maximum recorded length of this species is 10 millimeters, 0.39 inches. 10 millimeters, 1 centimeter. That is the max. And that's where it gets really difficult. This is a complete adult specimen that is reproducing at less than 1 centimeter in length. It is just, and when you describe a species in a scientific way, it is actually like you have to describe everything about this fish, how its bones are, how its like scale counts and this and that. Now this one doesn't have any scales, but can you imagine, you know, trying to describe something this tiny? I mean, this is an extreme close-up, and it has no pigmentation. It has, you know, no scales. It doesn't really have many fins to speak of, at least easily discernible fins. And it's got these real dark eyes. It's got this kind of a subterminal mouth. I don't even know if it's a suctorial disc mouth or if it's actually Like that's its lips, and it opens up kind of like you know, like maybe some gulper eels or something. Like I don't know. I know so little about this fish. It's crazy to me. But just kind of generalities. You know, its body is small, stout in quotation marks. It's stouter than some of the other of this genus. Unpigmented, got this kind, just, you know, if you know what gobies are, it's got a goby-like body. But this fish is so small, and this is why I was talking about weight. One specimen of this, a fully adult specimen, weighed 0.7 milligrams, meaning you'd have to collect thousands upon thousands to get anywhere close to a kilogram. I mean, you're talking about a 1,000 milligrams makes a gram, which would be 1,000 grams make it 10. So 1,000 thousands, which would be 1 million. 1 million of this fish is not even 1 kilogram. You have to collect 1 million specimens of this fish, and you're not even at a kilogram. It is staggering how small this fish is. Now, this is considered what is known as a pedomorphic species, meaning it kind of retains some of its larval characteristics, you know, very undeveloped. It seems to only have a lifespan of about 2 months. It has no real teeth. You know, it's very, very primitive, almost would be a way to kind of to describe it. And there are many species of Sclendaria that Scindleria that are undescribed. It's known there's at least 8 or 9 species that are just completely undescribed. But what really got me on this was there was a scientific paper that said this could be one of the most populous fish in the Great Barrier Reef. Obviously not in terms of biomass, because you'd have billions of this fish and it won't even reach to a shark level. But in terms of just sheer numbers, it may be one of the most populous fish in the Great Barrier Reef. They're rarely never seen. They seem to only be caught in like plankton nets for random things, and even then they still seem to slip through the nettings. I mean, that's the crazy thing to me, is to think that this small fish has been around. It's a fully functioning species, growing, reproducing, dying. One of the most populous fish in one of the most heavily one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world, where probably millions of scuba divers are swimming through this reef. And yet, how many people of those millions going through that reef, scientists and all that, are like, do not know about this fish? And it just really begs the question, like, what is out there? What is out there that we don't know? And the answer has to be so much. So much. The Great Barrier Reef, probably the largest aquatic attraction in the world, biggest tourist attraction in the world, and this fish is just sitting there living its best life. And we didn't even really know that it was a species until 2004. But thank you guys so much again. I'm sorry to kind of short Fish Fridays in a row, but I mean, this fish was just, I saw it, I had to do a video on it. Thank you guys so much again. Take care of yourselves. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you could, I am just messing this all up. Let's take it over. Thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you again. If you'd like to support the channel, please click the link down below. It is by no means expected, but very much appreciated regardless. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones.